and we will start this meeting. Kevin, take it away, please.
All right, great. It's good to see everybody. I'm glad you could all be here today. Some of you are PR chairs now. Some of you are going to be PR chairs in the coming years. And so looking forward to going over some of the basics of PR and branding and what Rotary is doing to help us with all of our club work and club PR and branding strategies. Rudy, are you going to keep track of chat and look at any questions that are coming up? Will we
I'll
share the screen? Okay, that'd be great. And quite possibly won't see everybody when I share my screen. So if you have a question, just break in and I'll pause from now and then to ask questions as well. And let's make sure we're all muted, please.
Steve there.
All right, kind of like a high school classroom. You're going to go to the back of the class if you don't be quiet.
You can't throw the chalk at them through the screen here, but
no virtual stuff like that. But all right, let's go ahead and see if we can get all this stuff going. And just let me know if there's any issues that you guys see as we go forward. Get this started up. There we go. All right. Yeah. So my screen is all full right now. So I don't see any pictures. I don't see any of your pictures. So just let me know if you have questions. Let me know what's going on. So anyway, we're going on with public relations training. This is for our district assembly 2021 for Dan's year. And so start off with a quote. If I was down to my last dollar, I would spend it on public relations. That's from Bill Gates. So what's important to understand here is that, in your budget, it should be one of the biggest line items for your club budget. It should be there to make sure you're getting your name out there, letting the people know who you are, what you're doing. You should build a good public relations relationship with the community around your club. So let's look at this video to load. So many people don't know what PR is all about. So I've got this video here on YouTube, and we'll wait for it to load up and get started. And basically, I was thinking, what am I going to teach all of you about PR and branding? I can go over all the same stuff that Rotary has gone over for the last year or so, explaining it and going over it and just talking at you. But I thought, let's go ahead and take a look at what is actually public relations. Let's have a little class on public relations, and we can go from there. So go ahead and watch. Hopefully your sound is all the way up and it works for you. I'll make sure my sound's all the way up. So here we go.
Hi, I'm Luke Armour, Associate Professor of Public Relations at Kent State University. I'm going to show you a few things you've seen that you didn't know were public relations, but they are. Public relations, or PR, is the process of an organization or brand communicating or relating to its publics. Any group of people that is large enough to matter to an organization is a public. So customers, employees, residents of a city, state, or country, shareholders, even critics are publics to an organization. These publics can get very specific, depending on the organization. For example, mothers in Northeast Ohio, students at Kent State, or young people in the United States who like cats. Public relations is a growing field, and a variety of career options are available for PR professionals. From corporate boardrooms and creative agencies to sports arenas, presidential campaigns, and the halls of Congress, global nonprofits, hospitals, fashion runways, and well beyond. So let's get started. Our first example is a campaign that's been around for more than 15 years, the Dove Campaign for Real Beauty. In 2004, research showed Dove that only 2% of women considered themselves beautiful. The company partnered with public relations firm Edelman to set about changing that mindset. Using real women in their marketing with no digital editing of those photos, creating videos that demonstrated how digitally distorted fashion and beauty images are, showing us all how critical women are of themselves. Public relations is at work here because, first, we're talking about it. They didn't just do these things, they told everyone. They wanted to start these conversations with their publics. Second, these videos and programs don't sell or even feature products. They are designed to change the conversations we have about standards of beauty. Public relations is part of creating and sharing education and empowerment initiatives such as the Dove Self-Esteem Project and the Confident Girl hashtag on social media. Even the talking points that Dove executives use to talk about these campaigns in the media is public relations. Dove's leadership in this area has certainly helped its bottom line, increasing annual sales in the first 10 years of the campaign from $2.5 billion to over $4 billion. And the campaign was also named PR Week's 2006 Consumer Launch Campaign of the Year. Who could forget the summer when we all dumped buckets of ice water over our heads and nominated our friends to do the same? The 2014 ALS Ice Bucket Challenge was genius because it tied a competitive challenge, the nomination, with an unpleasant but quirky dare that was super relevant to the disease. ALS, or amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, is a neurodegenerative disease that affects nerve cells in the brain and spinal cord. It has no cure. Half of all people affected with ALS live at least 3 or more years after diagnosis. The disease was unknown to many people and was hardly talked about. The Ice Bucket Challenge started organically with people who had a relationship with this terrible disease, nominating each other and their families, and then it took off. A month after it started, the ALS Association got involved to help fuel the campaign even more. Well, how is this relevant? Ice water pouring over us sends a shock that numbs our senses, a feeling people diagnosed with ALS say mirrors symptoms of the disease. And it worked. The viral social media campaign started a national conversation about the disease, recorded more than 2.4 million videos, and raised more than $115 million for the ALS Association to help find a cure. And guess what? We're still talking about it today. As we're all keenly aware, we are in the middle of a pandemic right now, and communities, cities, and states have a vested interest in keeping us safe and healthy. The Ohio Department of Health is challenged to inform, educate, and get its publics, residents of Ohio, to comply with best practices for public health. The organization has been doing this by sharing fact-based research and guidance. It provides information on testing, checklists on way to keep you and your family safe, videos about face masks, physical distancing, how germs spread, and how to help flatten the curve. You can download posters and signs in English, Spanish, and Chinese. Public relations can be seen in the preparation of talking points for spokespersons like Governor DeWine, creating engaging social media posts, working with experts to create those posters and videos, researching and communicating with community partners, and working with local and state news sites and media to help spread that information. It's comprehensive, attempting to reach all Ohioans in all places to try to get them to take actions, or in some cases, stop some actions for the benefit of all Ohio citizens. Lastly, I want to show you how an organization can take advantage of current events to help generate awareness of an issue, a solid public relations objective. The World Wildlife Foundation's mission is to conserve nature and reduce the most pressing threats to life on Earth. The challenge, of course, is how do we get people to understand something that they can't see with their own eyes? That requires a good PR strategy. Well, in early 2019 came the 10-year challenge. Users of social media started posting pictures of themselves from 2009 and 2019 side by side. Some people hardly changed at all in those 10 years. Some changed a lot. The World Wildlife Foundation piggybacked on the 10-year challenge craze to raise awareness about the impacts of deforestation on the planet. The organization would show 2 pictures of, say, the same rainforest section in 2009 and 2019. The contrasting photos show drastic changes that are impossible to ignore. Inserting its own messaging into a pop culture sensation was a masterful way of getting attention and raising awareness of its issue. Public relations is all around us, often in the background. As we teach it here, it's based on research and facts within an ethical framework. So if any of these challenges sound as interesting to you, you're a strategic thinker, you like writing and enjoy, or think you might enjoy, public speaking, you might want to consider majoring in public relations at Kent State's School of Media and Journalism. PR Kent is the only public relations program in Ohio with certifications from both the Public Relations.
We'll stop the little commercial for Kent State right there. There was a question real quick. All right, nothing important. And let's see if we can move on to our next one. Yes. All right, so some of the big things that he was mentioning were, knowing who your public is. And that's very important because each of the publics around your clubs are going to be different. The people here in Corona, the community is going to be a little bit more different and have a different focus than it will out in Palm Springs or up in Arrowhead. All right, so or even down in Temecula. So those are the areas you need to understand. So things we're going to look at tonight, websites. We're going to look at your websites and do they make a Rotary statement. We're going to talk real briefly about copyright issues on your websites and privacy policies. And then social media, we're going to kind of take a look at the ideas behind Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn, and how you can use those for your clubs. And then we're going to talk about press releases through newspapers, radios, and billboards. Excuse me. So websites, we're going to get to a point here where I'm going to show you the district landing page where we have our membership campaign rolling out, and we're also going to look at the district website, and we'll get to some ideas there from those websites as well. Many of you are using DACDB websites, and that's good. I've seen a lot of them. Others have built their own, but a lot of the websites out there are looking really sharp. So basically, these are the questions you need to ask yourself. Do your visitors know they're on a Rotary site? Do they see the Rotary brand right out there in front? Do they see pictures of Rotary or Rotarians in their shirts and banners and signs? Does it scream Rotary? That's what you want to make sure. Is it important that they know where they are? Do you have videos and stories to represent your club? You want to have up-to-date videos and fun videos that show what you're doing. You remember, you want to present the idea of not only community service, but what are you doing to have fun? How are you engaging your members? Do you have a way for them to ask for more information? Do you have an information button or something where they can ask for more information or contact somebody? Who does that go to? Do you know who that goes to? And is that person checking it on a daily basis? And is your site current? Is it current information on there? Are the stories fresh? Are they within a week old? Some sites that I've been to have seen that the stories are 2 or 3 months old or a year old. And so we need to make sure that information is up to date. We're in a technology world, and especially since this pandemic, people are looking at websites, social media sites to get information. And if we're not up to date, then they're going to pass us by. Now, when looking at stuff that you're putting on your website, make sure I'm staying on top of that. Okay, so we'll go over a lot of this information people are sharing on the chat when we're all finished. And just want to make sure I don't miss anybody's question. Like I said, just verbally send out your question if you have a question. That'll be the easiest way for me to catch it. But copyright issues are a very big thing. We had our Navy League site here in the Corona area. We had one picture on a newsletter that was embedded into the website way back in the middle of nowhere, and the one firm had some kind of a software that had sniper bugs that would go through everybody's website, and they found that one picture on this website, on the web, not even on the website. It was on a news article that somebody had put on a club newsletter months ago. We had them all stored on the website for people to go back and look. Anyway, these bugs found it, and this company sent us a fine that we had to negotiate with and bring it down as to a reasonable amount of money that we could pay, and then take that off the website. So they're out there, they're hunting, and the people are protecting their domains and their pictures and videos and music and all that kind of stuff. So make sure when you do your website that you're using pictures that you've taken, videos that you've made, or that you've bought the rights to them to put them up. Very, very important. One of the things that the zone was teaching is to look for free iStock photos. But anyway, that's just a warning to a club, so you don't get stuck getting hammered with a $2,000 bill that you maybe can't pay. And then privacy policy. You can go to the RI site or the zone sites and get examples of privacy policies, but you want to make sure that your members give their consent to use their personal information on the site or to be in the videos and all that kind of stuff, just to make sure that everybody feels safe. And that's going to help with membership engagement as well. And if somebody doesn't want their pictures on there, or they don't want information given out, that that's held important to them, and we don't cross any lines there. So.
On the copyright issue, Chantel posted there that she often goes to unsplash.com. That's another
Okay.
website.
Unsplash.com.
Unsplash.com.
All right, very good. And Rudy, when we record this, do the messages get saved or as well, or just whatever we say out loud is going to be put up there?
Well, on the recording, it's going to be whatever you say out loud.
Whatever you say.
I
Okay.
also get I save the whole chat box and I can email it to you.
Okay, that would be great. I would like to be able to do that. I mean, I could put some of these ideas in the district newsletter this month. Let's see if we can get it to advance. There we go. All right, so here we're to the point where we're going to look at some of our district web pages we've been working on this year, and those hope the links work here. Tried them out and they did work. See if we can pull them up. Thinking. There we go. Oh, I love it when technology works. And the shared application. You guys see the video, or is it not showing? Or so you see the website? Does the website come up?
No, it's just a blank screen.
Okay, so it's not allowing me to do that. So
Kevin,
gonna
this is Stephen Palm Springs. Last time I tried that site, it does not work any longer. It's now district5330.org that works.
right. It's district5330.org or rotary5330.org will work. Both of them will work.
Yeah, Visit Rotary no longer works.
Well, it does work for something else, and I'll show you that.
Okay, fine. If it didn't work, then I'd say,
I'll show it to you in just a moment. Let me just.
thank you.
Now, do you see do you see this my screen now?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So this is the new visitrotary.com site. It's what we call our landing page. And we use this for our membership to drive people for membership. So this page is something that you can use for your clubs. Just splash visitrotary.com all over all of your promotional information, and people, when they come here, will come to this landing page and will learn more about what Rotary is all about. And so we got some videos. You can come back to the site and check out all the videos, but we have some personal statements from Rudy, from Mark, a little bit some from Kim Maybon, and then of course myself. And it tells you down at the bottom here what we're speaking about here. I'm speaking about the people of action. Kim is speaking about community networking. Mark is speaking about giving back to your community. Rudy speaks about helping humanity. And there's some information here that's going on. Kind of teaches people about what Rotary is all about and hears from us. And if you feel like you'd like to make a video and send it to me, that would be great too, because we'd like to be able to keep this site fresh. And so we want to put new videos up all the time. And then you come down here, they can just put in information, and this gets sent to our district chair, our district membership chair, and he gets all of this information so they can follow up. And of course, there's some different links here. Locate a club near you. You can send you over here to the district site, which I'll go to next. This is our new district site that we've got up and running. Okay. And so we've got up here Rotary International Club Finder. It's a different part of a different link. This is where clubs meet. So, but you've got here, let me see if I can get to the home page. Bring that up. And if you have any problems getting to these sites, please let me know so that I can make sure we fix any of the problems that we have. But you got through here and you go here, and we finally got all the presidents listed. As far as I understand, all the club presidents are listed. So they should be on there now. We're having a problem with some of them not being there. We've got Ryla and Pride links here, stories and galleries, and we need to keep the stories and galleries updated so that it's up-to-date information for everybody. But here you can see some of the other sites that we've been building.
So Kevin, we have two websites for the district?
This is our home page. This is our homepage site. The other site is what we call a landing page. It doesn't have all of this information on it. All it has is specific information about Rotary. And if you would like to get more information, then you can request it. So the Visit Rotary site is our landing page, which many corporations have just to get basic information out to people. And then you can come to their homepage, which has all of the data on it. So that's the gist of it all. So it's up there to help for membership.
Kevin, is that first web page you showed, the landing page, is
Yes.
that what's called an outward facing?
I guess you could call it outward facing.
I've heard
Yes.
it termed that, but it was a little bit confusing to me. Okay, thank you.
It'd be the same idea as an outward facing one. It's the first glance that people are going to get. And basically what we're doing is just sharing what Rotary is all about. And then if you come to the main page here, then you can get all the details. And so the landing page or outward facing page is supposed to be very simple, give a basic message, and there to collect information for people who want more information. And so that's why I said you can splash this website everywhere too, but the Visit Rotary should be on all of your PR materials. But see, we're building out other pages that we can go forward with. We have our golf tournament coming up September 11th, a video there that you can play, information, sponsorships, and all that kind of stuff that are there. So that's coming up, and you've got our district conference is here as well. You got information on speakers and everything there that's coming up. So we've got all that stuff there for all of you. You can go into DACDB here. You can log in through DACDB with members there, get to our YouTube page, our Facebook pages here, Rotary International. So all of that stuff is there for all of it, for all of you to look at. We're blowing up the questions here and see if I can get to that. My internet's just a little bit slow tonight. So I invite everyone to check out. You got the San Bernardino Crossroads Rotary page is a good page to go to. Here are the two pages in the chat, district5330.org or visitrotary.com. So do we have two sites for the district? Yes, I think I answered that. So we got that down. So that's good. All right. I'm going to go ahead and get back to our presentation here. Is this one working now or not? No, I probably have to stop it and start over again. It says, I love this. All right. Okay. Good to see all your faces in between slides here. We will get back to this going.
That way you know we're still here. So.
That's right. Like my students, at least your pictures are up.
We can see Pilot Kevin.
Well, this way, if my dogs bark, it doesn't drown everybody out. So I apologize for my lagging internet tonight. It just slows down when I have too much going on my computer here. Give it 1 second.
I just want to say I think the revamp of the district website is excellent. Much, much improved.
He's frozen. Kevin, are you there?
Send up a flare if you need help.
Good.
There.
I'm going to get out my backup computer just in case everything blows up on us.
Yeah, we're
Everybody there? Nope.
we can hear you now at least.
Yeah, we hear you, we just don't see you.
Speak to us.
How many here raise your hands if you have a Facebook page for your club? Okay. And how about a website for your club? Well, how many have Instagram for your club? A few less. Anybody have Twitter for their club?
You do, don't we?
No. Linda does down there. Good stuff. Good job, Linda. How about LinkedIn for the club?
We have that, don't we?
No.
How come?
Facebook is the biggest attraction. The rest are coming up.
Facebook we have.
Better question is how many websites of the clubs are actually up to date?
Is ours?
Well, Crossroads,
A couple times a week. So.
Crossroads website is only a week old. Take a look at it. It is state of the art.
State of the art, those are pretty powerful words right
Yes.
there.
That's right. sbcrossroadsrotary.org.
Oh. Check out Rotary E Club of World Peace.
Yes.
We have all the upcoming speakers
Yeah.
on our.
Actually,
website.
Kevin, what we have done in Palm Springs, we've added Google Analytics to our site because when we do our chalk art contest, we have things from around the world. We advertise for different sites, and the same thing with our Project Peanut Butter. And it's interesting when you look at the analytics. Yes, you do get some spam thrown in, but we literally get hundreds of hits around the world on a monthly basis when we have those sites going. It's very interesting to watch, or even locally, who has been looking at your sites, but you can break it down by city, not by person. That's cost too much money, but by city, who has looked at your site and what pages they looked at.
Tell me again what you have.
Google Analytics.
Google
Analytics.
It is
Okay.
available on DACDB. Takes a little bit of work to get into. Google Analytics just even updated themselves, and it was just a couple of keystrokes, and we have the latest information.
I'm gonna help coming out here. You see my screen? We went through his videos, the websites. We just, what?
How do you get rid of this?
Oh, that's a good question.
And I can't read this either.
Oh, here's Kevin coming back in.
Is my screen different than yours?
Yes.
No, Karen,
come?
none of us can read it.
Oh, how come Rudy could read it?
He's magic.
Oh,
He wrote it.
Okay, here we go.
Rudy has a script. This
Come here,
isn't
you're back
Chinese,
in?
isn't it?
I am back. I got my backup here, just like the Navy SEALs. Got to carry two of everything.
I'll let you get back into share the.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen. This is a little bit of a newer computer, my work computer. So I bet it works 100% better. Should have just done it on this one to begin with. All right. All right, here we go. Let's get back down where we were.
Yeah.
All right.
We just talked about a little bit about social media, so go on there.
So there's a couple things I want to touch on right here as we're talking about Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. It is important to make sure that you build a committee and you have committee members assigned to each one of the social media places, just because one person can't do it all. And to be successful, you should have postings going very, very minimum once, but twice would be great per week to keep information fresh. And then you should go over with your clubs the LinkedIn page, which is a personal professional site for members, and they can build out their own personal site, and they can share videos and postings about the Rotary Club and what Rotary is doing in their life and their business and their community. So those are just some of the basics for social media.
Kevin, if
Yes.
you have a very small club and don't have the capacity to do all of those things, what's the -- 1 social media site you'd recommend to start with?
Okay, so that's where you need to find out who your audience is. If your club if you're looking at a retirement community and you have your retirement members or what coming into your club, you might go with Facebook, because that seems to be the one for us older folks here. If you're trying to reach out to younger folks, or you have a younger business crowd around you, you would be in Instagram, and maybe do some Twitter stuff as well, but I would focus just on Instagram. So if you're a small club and you're just getting your feet wet, it's probably best just to jump into Facebook and understand it a little bit. And then you could jump into Instagram, because that's going to be a little bit of a younger crowd that you would be able to reach out to. but Facebook would reach out to quite a few business people and people of professional levels as well. So that would be my suggestion. Jump into Facebook first and just focus on that and start posting once or twice a week, getting information, getting people to follow your club and see what you're doing, and making sure you're putting up membership information for people how they can contact you. So did
Thanks.
that answer the question? Okay. All right. Running into press releases. The newspaper is great. The local one here in our area is the Press Enterprise for our county, and there's probably other local ones in other communities as well. I'm sure there's some desert papers and down towards South Temecula. I'm sure there's papers down there. But they put out press releases and articles. If you can just send them in with pictures, then they can print those and then people will see those. I've seen some from Marietta, some from out in the desert that have shown up there. I'll show you some examples here in just a minute. But anyway, it's a great way to tell people about what your Rotary Club is doing, especially those who read the newspaper. And there's a lot of people doing it digitally now, so they're getting it online. So that's important. Invite the reporters to your projects, to your fundraisers, have them take lots of pictures and see what you can do. See what you can do to send in things. And maybe if it's going to be an article on digital media, then you could send in some videos as well. Local radio is another way to promote your club. Using a portion of your club's budget to purchase small amounts of time on the local radio station is a great way to put out advertisements for your meetings or advertisements for your fundraisers or for your community events, or just to tell people about your club. Invite a radio host, your local radio host, to your club and have them be a speaker, and then build a relationship with them. And maybe they would invite your president or PR chair onto their show so that they can talk about Rotary. And so that's another good way to get on there. So just being out there everywhere is a good way to.
Kevin, Aaron Brinker in San Bernardino has a radio show. And
there we go.
She's a Rotarian, so reach out to Aaron Brinker if you want to get on a radio.
Yes. So that would be a good way to start as well. And of course, there's always free ways to do this too for small clubs. And look for the free stuff as you start to grow more and you can allocate more to your budget, then that's a possibility as well. Billboards. I'm in the process of looking for some free space throughout the county on billboard sites. Since they're digital, I think that we should be able to find some free spots that we can throw some Rotary pages up there. I know I've seen them out in the desert. There are clubs out there that do it out in the desert, so that's good.
Who's the one that owns Rude?
So, Rudy, is there somebody that owns a billboard company that's a Rotarian?
Outdoor billboard company.
Outdoor billboard company?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So there's something you can reach out to as well. But again, budget space in your with your club budget to find some time to put that out there. You might be able to catch one or two people that are in the community. The freeway ones, they're going to advertise Rotary for people who are traveling. You probably won't hit a lot from the freeway folks, but you'll get the commuters. If you get the commuters who are driving back and forth to work, like on our 91 freeway here in Corona, a lot of people commuting from Corona down into Orange County and LA. And so they're going to see those where they're sitting stuck on the 91. Coming into work or going to work. So those are just good ways to get out there if you're going to deal with the traditional press and get your message out there. You can even advertise your fundraisers on billboards. When we had our Lobster Fest, we always had a big billboard sign out there that showed all of our sponsors, told people what was going. We sold several tickets from that. They would call and want to get tickets, and we'd ask them where they heard the news, and they would tell us about the billboard. So that's also a way to get information out there for your club. So here are links to articles. I'm learning right now, and I hit a link during my presentation. You can't see the thing unless I get out of the presentation, so I don't want to go through that rigmarole. So I'll send this out. I will send this PowerPoint out in the newsletter. I'll have Richard see if we can add it to the email if it works or not. If not, we'll get it out there somewhere, shape or form. Put it on the website or something. But we'll get it out to everybody so you can see this. But Rotary Clubs donates $2,776 Riverside University Health System. So there's a good one right there. New president for Rotary Club of Marietta, and that was that had Jackie's picture on it. And so they made a big deal about their new president taking over. Riverside East Rotary Club gives $1,200 utility assistance fund. Those are things that people like to see, and that gets them interested in Rotary. When I was the membership chair and I was reaching out to people who were checking in on us from the Rotary International site, they were saying that they wanted to get involved with the community service and they didn't know how to. And so I would introduce them to Rotary, and hopefully a few of those folks got involved in a Rotary Club in their local area. But anyway, the press enterprise is good about putting putting information out, and I'm sure some of the local papers in your communities are as well. So probably have some of the paper people in your Rotary clubs. So tools that you can get to. In my Rotary Brand Center, I'm gonna get to that and show you that just a minute, because I want you to see that. That's got a lot of branding stuff in it. When we get to talk about branding, we'll look at that. But they've got all the information you need with all of the new brands, PowerPoint backgrounds, everything that you need. And so what I really want to get across to everybody is that you don't have to start from scratch. Rotary International has done almost all of it for you, right down to brochures, to mailers, to commercials that you could put on TV, to probably even got billboard stuff ready to go up already. They're putting it all together, and that's going to, again, to promote the Rotary brand, which I'll talk about in just a minute. But you've got our district webpage, you've got our district landing page. Our district YouTube page is small, but it's got several videos up there so far that we've got, one for the conference, one for the golf tournament, and of course the videos you saw on our landing page are up there as well. If you have club videos, I think we have one video from the Marietta Club up there, but if you have club videos, please send them to me so we can put them on that district YouTube page. And we really want to promote that because it shows all the fun stuff that we're doing. It shows the vibrancy of our district and our clubs, and that's going to be a great thing to do. In the future, there will be a channel attached to it for training videos. But we don't want a YouTube channel of just training videos, because when people go to see the YouTube, they don't want to be trained by Rotary. They want to see the fun, exciting things we're doing. And then we have our district Facebook page as well. So make sure you're checking that out. And we're working, that'll be our goal for next year. Our next year, our committee will be working to revamp social media, and we'll be pushing stuff out on a regular basis. So be looking for that as well. Just know that you're not alone in leading your public relations team. You have my team at the district site level. You have RI's team. You have the zone team. Anything that you want has been created for you. And if it hasn't been, I'm sure that they can help you create it. So you are not alone. You just need to create a plan of action for your committee and make sure that your president has a budget for you. Okay. Branding. Let me make sure I'm not going too fast. No, we're doing pretty good, actually. Maybe going a little bit too slow since we had a computer malfunction. But branding, what can it do for you? So what you're seeing right now is the new Rotary brand. And as we'll talk about here in just a minute, all clubs need to make sure they're using the new Rotary brand by the end of June 2021. So let's go here. What is a brand? So a little bit of another training video here so you can understand what a brand is. We'll go ahead and get started. A moment while it loads. Maybe. I think I can. I look forward to in-person trainings again. How about you?
Yes, I will be sending this, Kevin, this PowerPoint out to everybody who registered for this session.
Okay.
So if this doesn't open for you, they'll get it. So
that It's a good little video, but I'm not going to waste time waiting for it to load. You guys can check it out. Rudy will send it to you and you can check that video out. There's all kinds of branding videos and what branding is on YouTube. You can get out there and play with it. But can you identify these brands? Can you identify these brands? You have McDonald's, Nike, Facebook, Colgate, Pepsi, Disney, Harley Davidson, Visa, Shell, Hard Rock Cafe, Kraft, Ford, Gap, Ray-Ban, Pampers, Coca-Cola. We all know what if the words weren't there, we'd probably know what they were all about. Okay, that's the whole point of branding, is that we want to make sure that when they see our Rotary brand, they think of Rotary. Now I'm going to pick on my Corona Club right now. Which brand identifies Rotary the best? Anybody tell me?
Rotary.
The big one that says Rotary, of course. It stands right out, gives you the idea of people of action. We have the new gold wheel. It says Rotary International. And so everything that comes out is going to be based on this brand. They're coming. Now, my club has had this for the last 10 years or so. We've got it plastered on everything. And so it takes the time to change things around. Rotary International basically told me that the best way to fix the Corona Rotary brand is to just take the wheel off of it and put a solid gold ring around it, and then it's compliant with Rotary. Okay, so if you have your own club brand, then that's something you just need to make sure change. If you're concerned about it, send it to Rotary International, and they'll give you ideas of how to make it compliant, so it doesn't confuse people with the Rotary brand. They want to make sure that the wheels and stuff we used to use are not there. So Rotary, off to the left side with the wheel, that is the current brand that should be on everything your club produces. And here's some basics of what is right and what is wrong. The old wheel is retired. So number one is a no-no. Number two is the brand that you should be using. Number three, we could get everybody to mute to get the background noise out. That will be excellent. But number three, we see the Rotary brand with the club name and the district name. All right. And then you see number four, if you wanted to add to it, you have the Parker Rotary Club, and then on the other side there, you can add the Community Core of Parker, or a different name that you might have. But anyway, if we all have the same branding, then we are not going to be confusing people who are out there. All right, and you see at the bottom, number 5 there, those Rotary brands are not there. If you change the font, it's not going to work. If you change into italics or change directions, it doesn't work. So number 2 is the current Rotary brand, and to be able to connect with the current Rotary brand campaign, which is all over the world now, including TV commercials, billboards, mailers, all this stuff that you can get into, that is going to make your club be more concise, and people will recognize Rotary when they see it. And remember on the bottom there, it says new branding in effect for all clubs by June 30th, 2021. Okay, so branding tools, you can go to My Rotary at the Brand Center and click on this, and then the Zone 2627 has stuff as well. And we're going to go ahead and end the show in just a minute, and I'm going to take you to those. And what do you do next? Okay, so the big thing that you need to start doing, if you're going to take over as the PR branding chair for your club on July 1st, your time right now should be working on trying to build a committee. If your club doesn't have a PR chair, you should be looking for someone to take over the PR chair. And if they want some training, then I can go through this whole pitch with that person all by myself. If they really want that, I can do that for anybody who wants it. I can sit down and go over any questions they may have. So first thing is, if you don't have a chair, you need to have a chair. This is something that's very important. You've got to get the word out how great all your clubs are. And the second then is pick a committee. And I know the small clubs, the committees everybody's on the same committee. So try not to overburden people, on all of your committees, especially if you're a small club. But I'll be frank and say that this is the one committee you should have no matter the size of your club. And you need to get the messages out so that you can reach out to the public. I mean, you should have a PR committee and a membership committee, and those are probably, if you're a club of 20 or less, those are probably the only 2 committees you should have, and you can all work on fundraising together. But those are my thoughts. And I'm
Kevin, Chantel has a question for you. Chantel?
Go ahead, Chantel.
Hi, Kevin, and thank you, Rudy. And I don't remember you mentioning this, but just so apologies in advance if you did. Does Rotary have like a writing guide or a styling guide that outlines all of these for the PR committees and the chair? I know my organization does, and so that's something we disseminate to make sure that everything from the top level all the way down is consistent.
So if you go to the Learning Center on My Rotary, then you'll have PR courses taught by Rotary International. And so if you go to the My Rotary page and go to the Learning Center, there are booklets you can get for your club and download for those PR for any chair. There are all the chairs you could think of. There are chair guides, and there are also courses that chairs can work through to get trained as well. So that's another thing that you can do as well. So training for RI is there as well. There's also stuff on the Zone site. So I'm going to show you both of those sites in just a minute.
Hey, Kevin.
Yes.
Lead Your Club Presidents is a guide that has lots of material, and RI website has tons of material on all of this.
Yes. There's so much information, you won't be able to get through it all.
Yeah.
So the third step here, after you have a chair, after you have a committee, you need to have a budget. I don't care if it's $10. You have to get a budget line item in your budget to get it started. And you should be using those dollars for developing of web pages, getting messages out, whatever. But look as much as you can for free stuff and download as much as you can on the Brand Center, which I'm going to take you to in just a minute. Then, of course, this is a People of Action video that the Rotary's got part of their campaign. And let's see if it's going to play.
Possibilities are all around us. We see potential in unexpected places. And when we share our knowledge, vision, and connections, we turn great ideas into action. In communities all around the world, together, we can make real change happen. We are Rotary. We are people of action. Get involved at rotarydistrict980.org.au.
We can even put a commercial out there if we want for our district, if we'd like to. And that's something we'll probably talk about next year when we get Dan started and see what our budget will be for PR. And then let's see if I can get
possibilities.
And then here I want to give a big thank you to the PR committee members who've been there to give advice and help out when they can. Kim Maybon is our PR chair for the Corona Rotary Club, and she's redone the Corona Rotary Club webpage. She's redone the Rotary web pages. That's her job. That's her business. Created by Design is the name of it. So very big thanks. If you ever meet Kim, to tell her how nice the websites look, both Visit Rotary and our district site. Well, I shouldn't say that. The district site was done through DACDB, but she did build the Visit Rotary site. She did do that one. And so give her a big thanks for that. And then Rudy's been a big help. Linda, Phil, Aaron have all given much advice and counsel on what we need to see, what we need to do. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end this. And then I want to, let's see. I want to stop sharing. And then I want to open it back up to the websites so that I can show that to you if I can, if it'll allow me to. So let's do this. We can open up to that. So we can open this up and let's bring this down here, drop that to the bottom. And so also if you get to, let's see, I'll go to that, there we go. This is the Zone site that you can go to. And there's all kinds of different stuff here for you to look stuff up. Club and district resources. And then let's see, you can go over to, if I can get this up here. You can get over, see where the membership blog, membership resources, where's the playbook. So Rotary Brand Playbook, this gives you some examples here of everything that's available. Okay, gives you all kinds of examples, different courses you can look at. What is the updating your logo, designate public image chair committee, okay, digital presence. So there's little bits of information, so you can go through and get all this information here. Click on it. I'm pretty sure that these are videos you can watch. Okay, information about the brand. And so this would be a good place to go. Okay, getting all this information that you're going to get when you click on that link. Okay, and then here's the link for the brand center. Okay, and we're just going to jump right over there to that. So the Rotary page has been giving me a hard time lately. So if you come in here, you should be able to jump down. I don't know if it's going to make me log in or not. Let's see. The member center, and then you have the brand center down here. You go to that. And I'm probably going to have to sign in. Yeah. All right. I don't remember my password off the top of my head. I don't have it saved on my work computer. But anyway, you can get to the brand center and check that out. That's on my Rotary as well. I'm going to go ahead and stop the share. You can see if I can get to the gallery view. I can see everybody. All right. All right. So again, if I really wish we could have done this in person. We could have been a little bit more involved and get some more in-person questions and maybe split up into groups to discuss different ways we can put these plans into action. But please know that I am here for all of your questions anytime. If you want to talk on the phone, if you'd like me to work with your PR committee, I can find some time to travel out to your area and sit down with a meeting with your PR committee and help design a plan. So I'm here to support you. That's what the district officials are here for. We're here to support you and to help train you. Rudy, you had a question.
Yeah, I think a comment on most everybody has a Facebook page for their club. And what would be nice is that we liked each other's Facebook page. Mm-hmm. So we have a network out there across our whole district connecting together, as well as be clubs outside of our district, but certainly connect that network across our district.
Right.
And also for our Facebook page, a lot of our members post things, events that are happening similar or fit into the same category as our club. So with our eClub of World Peace, there's always something being posted on there about peace. It could be another conference, a variety of things happening out there, plus what's happening in Rotary that keeps people coming back.
So another interesting thing that Crystal said here, the brand center has helped to help you rebrand your logo, your club logo. So that everything I said, just go to the brand center. If you're lost on what you need to do, go to the brand center, go to the zone. They have classes, they have information on all the new stuff that you need to take care of and go forward. I think Susan here has a question. Says, how easy is it to use the template on the brand center to design a brochure? It's very easy to download it. If you need assistance, you can always call me and we can work on it together. Usually we want to jump into Microsoft Publisher to do that kind of stuff. Crystal says it's super easy. So yeah, most of the stuff Rotary has put together when I've used it has been very simple to use, very basic to use. So, but like I said, I'm here if you have any questions to help guide you through all of this. And that's all I have unless you have some questions.
Thank you so much, Kevin. Very, very impressive.
Thank you, Bill.
Kevin, great job, buddy.
Thanks, Steve. Appreciate that. Just make sure
Kevin, put your email address up in the chat box, please.
Okay, yes.
So, Kevin, I just want to say thank you for tonight's presentation. It was very informational, very easy to follow, and great examples. A lot of information there, especially on the brand center. Trust me, folks, when he's telling you it's easy, it is easy. If I can do it, anybody can do it. So it really is a great resource. In the zone resource, often a lot of us forget about that. So bringing that forward is a good thing for us to know. That zone website has a lot of information on it as well. And my club incoming president is interrupting my speech right now. But yeah, so I think that everybody, please take a good look at your PR, because the PR in your club can be so vital and so very important for you to not only get your message out, but to attract people to Rotary. Not just, having a social media presence, which is very important, but probably the thing that we've learned in our club about social media that's been the most effective is just making sure everybody shares it. Have everybody share everything that's posted. We have this guy in our club that he's pretty good at it, and he's on the call right now. So I won't embarrass him by saying his name's Dan Contesi. I didn't want to mention his name, but it just kind of came out. And he's constantly putting videos together and throwing them on the district. 53301. So everybody, if your club is sharing it and everybody in your club is sharing it, we all have a different group of friends. And so your views and your hits become thousands quickly without even having to pay for boosting. So keep that in mind. And Kevin, thanks for being a resource for the district. I've watched you come from here to here in this job. And I think you've really picked up on something that you're really taking a passion for, and it shows. It shines through in your presentation. So great job tonight.
Thank you. Hey, well, that's it. That's it, Rudy. I think we're about at an hour, so we want to make sure we keep everybody's time honored. So did you have anything you want to wrap it up? Anything to wrap up, Rudy?
I don't think so. This is number 6 of 12 training sessions. Woo! 6 more to go. But it's all good. I appreciate everybody being on with us tonight and continuing this. And it's a good sharing amongst our members and clubs across our whole district here. So keep it up. Thanks, Kevin, for a great presentation. And we'll see everybody maybe Saturday morning, 9 a.m.
What is Saturday morning?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, I could look on the
It's
calendar.
vocational service. Saturday morning, 9 a.m. is vocational service. So if you sign up for that, we'll see you then.
All right. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you later. Bye.
Take care.